I find myself in this really tiny town. Very tiny. Like one of the tiniest I've ever been in, ironically. I sort of booked this Airbnb without doing a hell of a lot of research, which, I'm pretty intuitive and non-structured in my travels lately, which may have to change a little after this experience. But you know what I'm finding out that's really curious is the people here, despite the fact that there's not a heck of a lot here, which, I'm used to being in places where there's all sorts of options and, art places to go and restaurants and activities and people, shops, things like that. These people are doing this intentionally. This is a very focused, intentional act to be here. Separated, segregated, isolated in a little bubble, sort of like Celebration, I guess. So I give them credit for making that decision, like keeping their lives simple, not complicating it with, why don't I have this? Or being ungrateful, like we can be sometimes, like bored and, oh, this should be this way. And that's where the resistance comes in, and that's where the dissatisfaction, the suffering happens. So there must be something said about keeping things simple. If you want something, play with it, accept it, and don't get into your head too much. Go with what your heart is saying. If you want to hang out with somebody, hang out with them. Don't make it complicated. And if you have an intention towards something, live with it, until you get to the moment where you're like, okay, done with this. I learned enough. I'll move on from here. But very interesting, sweet people, really nice. Lots of them have been here for generations, but just a really, really interesting vibe. Small towns. Okay.